This is David Hazen. It's the first day of the year 2023, and it's 1:30 in the morning where I am on the west coast of the United States. Which reminds me, I want to have you write down my email address. Anytime any questions come up or you comments, something you want to send me, send it to this email, lovealwayswins.us@gmail.com. Go ahead, write that down. You may never use it, but you might. lovealwayswins.us@gmail.com. And I was just toying with that idea of the U.S. on the end. I thought it meant United States, but no, I think it just means us. This episode, this whole series is going to be about us, you and me, the journey that we both shared together. And I want to tell you, I was lying in bed and I woke up and I had heartburn. My heart was hurting, like I had eaten something wrong. I thought, well, maybe it was that birthday cake. No, I think it's my passion. Now, I could be wrong, but it just got me up and said, David, go start this podcast. I'm so excited about doing this. My very first thing. And well, let's get on with it. I want to start reading to you something from the very first few pages of my book. And don't worry about the book. But this is a good introduction to what we're going to be doing. I learned to shut down my whirling thoughts, sit down, and listen. I just wanted to be comfortable with myself, accept myself just the way I am. And I didn't know that's what I wanted or lacked, self-acceptance, but that's what I got. I thought I was a very weak and stupid person, a misfit, a miscreant. I thought I was alone in the world. I thought I was living in hell. I had to accept all of that. All right, I'm going to take it a little aside here and tell you this is describing how I felt in 1985 before I went into treatment for chemical dependency. Okay, I was suicidal and pretty crazy. All right, let me go on here. Then I discovered I wasn't talking to myself. I heard you telling me my own story, reflecting it back to me, and I was stunned. I felt connected, and the empty void within me became a solid thing with a path and a purpose. All right, again, another little aside here. This discovery that I'm not alone was massive. This is the thing that turned me around. I'm not the only one who's crazy on this planet. So, back to the reading. I am not who I thought I was. I am no longer a solitary, struggling, panicking idiot. I have the strength of all of you. I have the courage of all of you. I have the love of all of you. My history still haunts me sometimes like a ghost. But now I see it only faintly at a distance, and it does not frighten me. I have gone from self-acceptance to self-discovery to self-abandonment. I am we. I have gone from me to we. I'm going to stop reading there and just start talking to you about where I'm going. A couple of years after I got out of treatment for chemical dependency, and I had been in an internship to learn how to be a group counselor for other recovering addicts, I was able to see that I'm actually a recovering violent person But addiction is simply a form of violence against oneself. When we get angry with our own failures and loneliness, we deny, reject, and attempt to destroy those parts of ourselves as a means of control. That violence then spills over onto everyone around us. This is what our culture tells us to use violence to control other people that are not behaving the way we think they should. And it becomes a habit. And it becomes more than a habit. It becomes a way of reacting without thinking all the time. And that's an addiction. And I want to just share with you a part of the definition of violence dependency. It's actually no different than a definition for chemical dependency. Violence dependency, which is a domination disorder, is the compulsively repeated alteration of brain chemistry through stress. Yes, through stress, in order to produce temporary relief from frustration, grief, fear, or pain quickly, without changing the thoughts or behavior that cause these negative feelings. So that's it in a nutshell. That's where we're going to go with this podcast, is to talk about healing that violence dependency and healing it on an individual basis, because woohoo, wouldn't you know that we're all connected. And if one person recovers from violence dependency, then anyone can do it. And if two people can do it, then our whole damn culture can do it. And before you know it, we have world peace. Does that sound too far-fetched? I admit, it does. But that's my thesis, and I'm sticking with it. In my next episode, I'm going to talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. I really encourage you to send me an email at lovealwayswins.us@gmail.com with your reactions, your questions, suggestions. And thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And I'll see you next time.